So can you just tell me what you do know about the research?
Well, what I know about the pink
The
spot sulfur is that it was discovered in our collections department here by Dr. Andy Warren. He was going through various different collections and decided that it probably thought it was a new species, so he sent out an email to different amateur butterfly enthusiasts to look through their collections and look at their old pictures, and sure enough found several people who had actually documented them in South Florida. Then he sent out another alert for people to look for specimens now in their gardens and was able to find people who had spotted them real recently down in South Florida. So that's another species for the record books. That now they know there are not 189 but 190 species in Florida.
How do they name these?
Well, whoever's the discoverer generally gets to name it. So that person will decide what the genus and species name should be based on how they taxonomically classify it.
And how recently did he find,
I think it was pretty recently. I think it was in the last couple of months because I just received an email about it about a week ago.
And how many species are there right now? Like, how often do you find a new species of butterfly?
Well, it's not real common, but they say there are about 27,000 known species of butterflies and about 10 times that many moths, maybe 150,000 species of moths. But they also say there are probably 100,000 species waiting to be discovered. About 2 years ago, one of our guys went south of town and trapped 2,000 species of moths in one night. 200 of them had never been seen before. So within 3 miles of Butterfly City, USA, 200 brand new species of moths came out.
Do you think events like the release kind of tell the public how many species there are? Like, does the public even have
I think it makes people aware of their diversity of color and size and shape and makes them understand why butterflies are important. So, and then they get fascinated with it. They get their own field guide. They go out in the woods and start looking for different species on their own. And amateurs are really where the information comes from. Researchers can't be everywhere.
So what does Andy Warren do here? Like, what are these labs back here?
Well,
like,
this lab, the Miami Blue Lab, for example, is the most successful breeding program for an endangered species in the United States today. They've established a breeding population for this butterfly back in the Florida Keys where it was almost depleted. And Dr. Warren in the lab next door is the collections manager. And what he does is he oversees a group of people, volunteers, some who classify and prepare the specimen of a butterfly. And they're probably only halfway through about 12.5 million butterflies.
Do you, how quickly do you tell people about this new discovery? Like, you know about it through an email, but how?
Well, yeah, I mean, and it would be very possible for me not to know unless you're kind of in the loop on the local butterfly associations. That was the Southern Lepidopterous Society that originally kind of discovered that he reported that at a meeting of that. And when that news of that report went out to the different journals, the scholastic journals, everyone else became aware of it. Pretty soon they were asking the amateurs to look through their photographs. So it's a big network.